Hello, my name is Nisha, and in this video I'm just moisturizing my braids. When my braids are new, I start moisturizing my braids every day, and then after the first week I gauge how many days I can go without re-moisturizing. This set of braids needed to be re-moisturized every 4 to 5 days to maintain moisture. I have a preference for liquid-based braid sprays because that reduces buildup. I've been using African Royale braid spray since the 90s, and I also use the Alpha Pro Vitamin leave-in for this set of braids. Now my good stuff, my $20 a bottle stuff, that go on real hair only. That don't go on no braids. You use the cheap $5 stuff on braids. You just make sure it works. The ingredients aren't great. This does have propylene glycol in it, but I've used this since I was a child. I'm talking 6, 7 years old. It works fine for me. I see no issue in continuing to use it. So what I do is I douse my braids when my hair is braided. Now I don't have issues with my hair itching or tightening bumps or anything like that. This is just to keep my hair moisturized in the braids so my hair stays healthy in the braids. That's what this is. So I just douse my braids down. And my braids should all be damp without being dripping wet. But I douse all of my braids down. Now some people may not like wetting their braids. They might think that, oh, it makes their hair more frizzy and stuff like that. And all of those things are valid concerns. I just don't care about that. I care about my hair still being healthy once I'm finished with these braids. And so this is a method that I've been using since the 90s. And I ain't gonna stop doing it this way because it works. I don't care what other people do that's new and don't work. What's new and what's trending. I do what works. I like the knots at the base of my braids. I like African Royale braid spray. I can find it anywhere. But you know, aside, I used to always also buy their like Daily Doctor. And I looked that stuff up on Amazon. It must be discontinued or something. Okay. And if it's spraying it was getting on my nerves, I could always just take the bottle out and pour some on there. But I don't like my braids dripping, so I prefer to spray. But if this is something that anybody feels like too time consuming, you can always just take the top off and pour it on. The key is making sure all of my braids are moist, and I'm feeling to make sure all my braids feel moist. I normally just keep my scalp clean. Sometimes I will spray a little bit, like braid spray will get on there, and I don't mind, but I don't have to soothe my scalp because my scalp isn't hurting, if that makes sense. My scalp is not hurting. And I've mentioned before in previous regular hair videos that I pretty much have a Teflon scalp. Like pretty much nothing ever irritates it. Thank the Lord Jesus. Please don't change it, Lord. And devil, don't try to get busy. But I just keep my braids moist with this spray. But this does have tea tree oil in it. And it is designed to soothe hair. I remember when I used to braid my hair a lot more tightly, or get my hair braided a lot more tightly, this was soothing. It did feel smoothing on that day or two after getting your hair done. Your hair, when my braids were super tight back in the day. But that's just not what I'm dealing with now. go. I got the base of the bottle on my chest just to give me some stability. If I wasn't trying to do this in the mirror, it'd be like a lot easier, but I'm sorry if I wasn't trying to do this in the camera. It would be a lot faster and easier, but I'm trying to make sure I show what I actually do. And I should feel, my braids should feel damp. If they don't feel damp, they feel like if I didn't spray nothing on there, I would do it again. But yeah, I feel dampness, but it's not damp enough to like saturate my clothes or anything. All right. Now, one last blurb on my braids before I go about my day. My ends look fine to me. Now, back in the day, I would braid my hair or set them on perm rods and dip them in hot water. I don't dip my hair in boiling hot water anymore, where my actual hair is. I don't mind the Kanikalon hair being dipped in hot water, but I don't like dipping my actual hair in boiling, scalding hot water, because in my experience of wearing braids for years and years and years, when I was a kid and a young adult, in my process of learning healthy hair care versus my routine hair care, I did find that when I was regularly dipping my braids in the hot water, it caused what you call the bubble incomplete or mid-strand splits, where on the strand of hair there may be a split end like in the middle, but it's the end is still straight. So I would have a lot more of those type of split ends when I was dipping my whole head in water. My braids are brand new. I'm just gonna rock them straight for about at least a month. I don't like to have to do a lot of that extra stuff because I feel like they look fine the way that they are, but just letting you know. But yeah, I'm ready to not have to deal with my hair other than moisturizing it. So that's a quick video on moisturizing my braids. I do have more coming on maintenance and redoing braids. If you like this video and my overall vibe, I welcome you to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.